Alright, everything looks like it's working. What's up, dude? Everything looks like it's working. Yeah, everything's all as well. I got my snake wrapped around my neck. He was just choking me out a second ago. Hey, he's doing it right now. He's letting me know that like when he feels like vibrations and shit like that, he feels uncomfortable. He'll start like choking me out. Just his way of communication, you know. Oh, he just loosened his grip. Okay. I think he's almost ready to come off my neck at this point. He's like, look, if you're going to be talking the whole time, I don't know if I'm trying to sit around your neck. You got the Switch too. Where'd you end up finding one at? That's pretty cool. Alright, he's choking me out again. Oh my god. Who should I pick? I like this ship right here. It's like the slowest moving ship, but it's like a secondary attack, or like your attack when you're in your mech form is just, it doesn't have a long reach. It's doing this shit again. Alright, hold on. I can fix this. Alright, that should fix it. There we go. GameStop's website. Oh, no shit. Yeah, I saw they're on eBay for like 650, 600. So I'm assuming that they'll probably, I mean, that's like when you think about like the PS5 and like what that was reselling for, the Switch 2 isn't anywhere near like the PS5. You know what I mean? See, it's got, if you like to point blank, this is like a good guy to choose, you know. But see, I just died there. I don't know if I should have picked this shit. Alright, where is my snake? Just like, I think I gotta put him away. Where you going, buddy? Oh, there he is. He was behind me. Here, let me go put him away real quick. Yeah, I'm glad you got one from the, you know, from the like actual store. Bro, I'm so OCD with my snake's enclosure. Like, I'll make sure I got all these latches on it to keep it locked up, you know? So he can't get out. And I'll like double and triple. Sometimes I'll go back and check that thing like 5 times in a row. That's some OCD shit. See, the Saturn mode, you could lock on your target like this. In the arcade mode, you couldn't do that. The games look better. See, that makes me want. Now, I don't like the idea of those game key cards. That's some bullshit. Like I heard Nintendo, they have like these game key cards where you're pretty much downloading the whole game, kind of like the Metal Gear collection. Remember that came out on Switch, where it was like all download shit. But they had the Nintendo also has a 64 gig chip. From what I heard, I don't know. Maybe this could all be misinformation. This is just from what I heard from YouTubers and shit, you know. But I heard that it's all the Nintendo's making right now is 64 gig carts, and if you want your game physical, you're gonna have to put it on the 64 gig cart, even if it's like an indie like shooter, you know. And so for a developer to go that route would be very costly, you know. So we'll see how this plays out. You know, they could also go the route of just releasing it on the Switch 1 cart, you know, since it's backwards compatible, as long as they can keep getting those carts from Nintendo. But I think that the way it's going to play out, I think, is going to be similar to the PS Vita. Remember limited run had Vita games, you know, even maybe I'd say 3, even 4 years. Maybe 5 years after Sony dropped support for the Vita, they still had all those cartridges, you know, because Sony produced, you know, X amount of cartridges for the Vita. So as long as there was developers and publishers willing to put their games on those cartridges, you know, places like Limited Run and other like limited release companies were able to put those games on those carts. So I think what's going to happen with the Switch is, like I said, it's just like the Vita, where eventually they're going to fall off because Nintendo is not going to produce any more of those cartridges. And the way Nintendo is, even if someone wanted to make like a third-party cartridge, I think Nintendo would have a serious problem with that. And you know, and they would have a problem with it in the same way that they had a problem with like the Game Genie and, you know, things like that. God, this game, I really dig this game, right? This game has such mixed reviews. Like, people either love it or hate it. I'm in the camp of I really like this game. I think this is a really good shooter. Yes, it is really simple, but, you know, the charm is in the simplicity in this game. Because you don't have bombs. You just have 2 attacks, and you can combo your attacks in a way. Maybe I shouldn't use the word combo. You can. There's pretty much 4 different attacks, and the way that you push the buttons determines which attack you're going to use. Very similar to Radiant Silvergun. You know, if you hit 2 buttons in 2 different ways, you'll have 2 different attacks. It's the same with this game, only it's not every face button on the controller. It's just 2 buttons. Like, Radiant Silvergun is a little bit too complicated in that regard, in my opinion. It's not like the hardest shooter or anything, but the way the attacks are in that game, it takes a while to get used to it. Shit. I'm not paying attention. Come here, you bitch. There we go. See how that background's moving like that? That really reminds me of like some Mode 7 Super Nintendo stuff going on there. You know, this game could almost work on like a really high-end 16-bit like system, but just not quite. Like, you know, could this run on an FM Towns Marty? Like, I'm totally not paying attention. Okay. Could this run on a Marty? No, it's probably close to... A Marty's probably close to running a game like this. You know, could this run on anything that NEC put out? You know, this game could probably... The PCFX probably couldn't run this game. But it could do close, just like the FM Towns Marty. I think I got my credits set on free play, so I'm good either way. Let's see. But not all the games are like that. Yeah, I heard like Cyberpunk. I heard they put that on the 64 gig cartridge. So good on them. CD Project Red, right? Good on them for that. Here's the thing, bro. All the shooters, all the good indie games that come out, we're gonna. I want that stuff physical, right? I mean, I know you do too. I gotta. Yeah, I like physical shit, right? I'm just we're like-minded in that regard, right? So what are we gonna do moving forward when a game like a good indie game comes out, or a good game in general comes out, shooter, whatever, right? What are we gonna do? We want it physically on the hell was that? We want it physically on, on a cartridge or a disc. I guess PlayStation. I guess they're gonna. I don't know. Or how does that work? Is the PlayStation disc gonna be like a? All right, this thing is like. Hold on, let me reset my scaler real quick. You know what? For some reason, this game gives me issues on my modded. I got a modded Saturn with a Phantom chip, right? For some reason, this game, it like sometimes it'll play fine on it. Sometimes it gives me issues. Like right now, it's just with this game. Now on my other Saturn, it seems to work fine. And another game that I have issues like that with is Soku Gurentai. Now, it will work on this Saturn here with the Phantom chip, but my US version using a pseudo cart or an action replay cart, it puts all these like weird like numbers up on the screen. Like it's crazy, bro. It's like some kind of like copy protection. You can tell it is. It just like covers the screen with like the number 1 or the number 2. And it's like, what the fuck? Like you can tell it's like some kind of primitive like copy protection they put on that. So I feel like since this has the Phantom chip in it, I feel like it does something to the game. So let me so what I did was I threw an action replay in my Japanese Saturn and it worked, but for whatever reason it just gives me issues with this game. But not all the time, just sometimes. Like sometimes it'll work fine, but if I throw the action replay in my US Saturn, like it'll be fine. So let me do that real quick. This is my this is old faithful. This is my Saturn that I've had for many years. It's a US Saturn, right? Came from the flea market many years ago. Still we're very clean, and still has. I have not had anything done to this, so I'm assuming it's all original. Do I know for sure? No, but I'm pretty sure this hasn't had any work done to it. I think what I want to do to this is just get it recapped, get the whole thing recapped. The guy that did this Saturn could do it, but I don't know. I don't fully trust this guy. I feel like his work is shoddy. I mean, this is a decent Saturn, but I feel like for what I paid for it, it should be a little bit better. So I just need to maybe Video Games New York. I know they work on systems. Maybe I'd spend a couple $100 to get this thing recapped. New laser. I mean, the laser's fine. I just want to get it like, tip top shape. I want to get the cartridge slot in the back. I want new pins in the back, new laser, and recapped. That's all I want done to it. And yeah, that should pretty much future proof it. At least until like maybe a controller port goes bad or whatever. I ordered new component cable. RGB through component. I ordered an adapter. It was a $20 adapter. I can throw it on my Genesis 2 HD Retrovision cables and just use that for the Saturn. So like right now I'm using the retro game cables RGB through component, and like the audio and video cables are like really thin. It's kind of crazy. I don't know why. But then all the other cables are like, I feel like the retro game cable that I have, I got it real cheap, so it wasn't expensive, but um, I just I feel like the cables aren't shielded that well. It's like really thin wire. I need to upgrade that. So, but anyway, all right, let me hook the Saturn up. I might have to restart it, okay, if it doesn't catch the action replay, because you know that cartridge slot in the back is kind of, Anyway, so this is my modded Saturn right here. I guess it's a Model One Japanese. Looks nice, right? It's got a Phantom mod chip. It's got the Hitachi High Saturn Uni BIOS chip. It's been recapped. Okay, it's got recapped Phantom chip, Uni BIOS. What else does it have? Fuck. What else does this damn thing have? It's got one other thing done to it. I know the laser was like clean, the lens was clean and stuff. I mean, it works good for most games. This thing is a beast, right? Oh, and it's like I said, it's got the Uni BIOS, so NTSC, U and J games. I could get like games from Europe and play them on this thing. But every now and then a game will give me an issue with this. Like for example, Hyperduel. And another game, Sokuga Rentai, on the Saturn that I got hooked up now. Not this one. It works. Sokuga Rentai works great, and Sokuga Rentai is the reason why I got this Saturn, because of the weird copy protection that was on that disc. So, hey, at least I got two Saturns. So, I could get a Saru if if I really need to, and just play everything through the cartridge slot on the back on either one of these. And then just collect the discs, Come on, action replay. Yeah, so this Saturn, it has the High Saturn screen on there. Oh, here we go. Yes, sir. I was just using the action replay on this. Like, it'll work on here, but I feel like, like I said, it's got some weird copy protection. There's something on that Hyperduel disc that it'll work fine on here sometimes, but I try to smooth things out with the action replay. Maybe it's the added RAM. Maybe I'm running this thing at 120 watts. And it's a Japanese system, and I have a step up, step down converter. Should I be running this at 100 watts instead of 120? Would that solve? Is it looking for that? I don't know. But God, this thing feels warm. You know what? Yeah, maybe I should be running this at 100 watts. And I'm aware of that. Because when you start buying video games, especially retro systems, import systems. Japanese systems mainly is what I'm focusing on right now. The first thing that I would suggest that anyone gets, this was you're gonna find it for like between like 40 and $50 on. I'll go on eBay and type in step up, step down converter, and get one of these right here. It's a box. It's pretty heavy. It's a hefty box. It's got this switch on here. Real thick switch. So you plug this in, and then you have one slot. You have 120 watts, and then you have 100 watts, because that's what they have in Japan. They run things at 100 watts. So it's a lot better than just like like watts and the way they do things in Europe. It's a lot easier to. I mean, 'cause you can do their stuff with converters too, but in Japan theirs is very close to ours, but they do things at 100 watts. Or at least they used to. I don't know if they still do or not. But all the 90s consoles that you get, they're going to run at 100 watts. So you got to use a step up, step down converter. Will they work without the converter? Yes. But these devices were made to run at 100 watts. So I would suggest getting the step up, step down converter. And it uses glass fuses, so it actually comes with extra little glass, like old school. No, those are not vials of crack. They're fuses for a step up, step down converter. Yep. Officer, those are fuses from a step up, step down converter, I promise you. Dude, I had that happen. I was meeting one of my boys in a parking lot. It's a buddy that anyway. Yeah, anyway, cops came and we were just, it wasn't a big deal or anything, but I just thought that was funny. It was just like we're meeting up for video games. Not they didn't like come out and harass us or like even we just kind of like waved them down. But it's just like funny, like the way they like scoped the scene out. They thought that we were like doing something shady, and then I just they didn't move in on us or anything. I just thought that was kind of funny. So this thing pretty much works as a game genie, right? You can. I think I've used the codes. There's a couple games that I've used them. Like I think Darius Gaiden. I used the action replay. There's a couple codes that were on the cart. I don't know how you add more codes in. I don't know how that works. Is it just like a sequence of numbers that you type in, like action replay, or do you have to like download the codes into the action replay cart? I don't know. Like the game genie was just like a sequence of letters or numbers. Like, do you input stuff like that and add them in? Like, how does that work? Transformer. Yeah, this is what you want right here. For if you're gonna get into Japanese video games and having Japanese consoles, this is the first thing you're gonna need to buy. Is this right here, a step up, step down converter. Here, I'll put that so in case you want to screenshot that later or whatever. I recommend I've had that thing for many years. Japanese electronics, at least. I should research this and see the way that things are now. But the stuff that I'm into is like 90s shit, and stuff runs at 100 watts. We run things at 120. So I feel like, in my opinion, since their devices are made to run at 100 watts, that I feel like that extra wattage stresses the system over time. I could be dead off about this, but this is just how my mind goes with this stuff. And especially for these old video game consoles, I don't want to put any more stress on them than we have to. So I just feel like it's important to use the step up, step down converter. Mainly I use it with systems like PC Engine, like Duo R. I don't even have this one anymore. I used to use it a lot with my Neo Geo CD. I don't even have that system anymore. I feel like the power supply for the Neo Geo CD is just as rare and just as valuable as the console itself. Because from what I saw, mine came with one, but I had the box and everything. But those power supplies are hard to get, dude. All right, let me get cracking with this. Oh, ain't that a... I can't set this on free play. You know why? I think it's like something you have to unlock. And I've only played it on my other Sega Saturn. So and this one, like the battery, like the CMOS battery's dead. I need to change that. I got the action replay, and so I could save everything to that. I don't know. Hold on one second. Oh, I feel bad. My snake, he wants to come out. He's scratching. He's scratching to get out. Okay. Easy. Saturn mode. The main thing about the Saturn mode is you can hit the shoulder button. Fuck, I'm just gonna play with him. You can hit the shoulder button, and the attack that you do is the mech that kind of swings up and down. You can hit the R and like lock into place, just like you can with like, you know, Contra games and shit like that, you know. Like this. See, you can like go up and down. Like I can lock into place now. Like in the arcade version, you can't do that. So it's a quality of life improvement. A lot of these Saturn arcade ports had these like Saturn modes, these like quality of life improvements for consoles that are just on point. And just it makes the system like the best system for shooters in my opinion. I love like the TurboGrafx and PC Engine, but like the Saturn is just it don't get any better than the Saturn for me. For the money, you know, for overall. Ooh. All right, here we go. We're gonna lock onto this guy. This is like our special attack right here. It's like a metered attack, that meter down bottom. Ah, you motherfucker. That's not good. I like getting through each level without getting hit if I can, because you get that perfect bonus. I usually get it on the first level too. Yeah, I'm gonna try running that Saturn with the, I just, for whatever reason, I was not using the step up, step down converter, and because it has the Phantom chip, I don't know. Maybe it's just shoddy work, but it works good though. It's a good Saturn. Certain games just give you issues, you know. But for real, you just get any Saturn, get a Saru, and you can just run. And that Saru is the, like, I don't own one, but I should probably get one. You can just run everything. I just like the physical shit. That's the only reason why I don't have a Saru. I should probably get one though, and play the games that way, because you can still play them on the console, just in a different way. You know, as long as they play the same, I don't care. I guess I'll, you know, buy the physical game, make sure that the game works, and then just play it off the Saru. Plus, that way you don't have to stress your discs out, you know? Oh, what was that? That was weird. I feel like that was my capture card. I need to upgrade my capture device. I'm using a Elgato HD60. And I got it not too terribly long ago, maybe like a year ago. And when I looked it up, I was like, man, this thing's already like a decade old, you know? I think I want to upgrade it to the Elgato HD60S though. I think that's the one I'm going to get. Or maybe like some kind of Elgato 4K device, as long as it works with like my, you know, like like RetroTink devices, which the RetroTink stuff is real good with capture devices. Like I know there was like Dreamcast, like HDMI converters that would give capture devices hell, like back in the day. Like what's that thing, the Akuma, you know what I'm talking about? Give me that little mech. The letters are like a little mech, so you can have 3 of them at a time. And when you see a B, the B refills that's your special meter. Fuck. Yeah, I gotta watch what I do because I don't have free play unlocked on this. Damn, I done lost too many lives now that I think about it. See, what the fuck? Come on, capture device. I'm gonna try to reset it real quick. Hold on. Alright, I got it on my end, but I might have to take it and like re-add it as a source on OBS real quick. Oh, come on. Alright, hold on. See, this is the precision that I try to. I mean, I feel like it's overkill, but all right. Where's Art the Clown? Come on, Art the Clown, come out. There he is. And then my camera. There, bam. All right, moved everything to the top. Yeah, I think I need to upgrade my capture device. It's been giving me issues here and there, and I did buy it used, so. And I still have my old one. My old one's like a tank. It's just an Elgato HD, like the old school one, and that thing is a tank. Like it still works. I just like upgraded it one day because I found one. They had one for sale at the game store, just an Elgato HD 60, and it was like 40 or 50 bucks with the cable, or you know the. I'm thinking about resetting the game because I done lost too many lives. I got this game off Macari. Look, if y'all are looking for any type of, if there's like a retro game that anyone's looking for, and you've been having like issues looking for it, like look on Macari, and you can offer them. Like, dude, you can get good deals on Macari. Like, I've been seeing a lot of good Saturn, a lot of good like TurboGrafx PC Engine stuff on Macari. You can get really good deals. Like I got this on Macari. It was like $420 for Hyperduel. I feel like that's a deal right there. I mean, the game, you know, years ago you couldn't find this game for a penny under like 700. You know, then the price started going down. I'm glad that it did. It made me able to get a copy. You know. God, you know what this game reminds me of? This game reminds me of Android Assault. You know, that Barry Arm game, you know, for Sega CD. Very interesting, because this is a Technosoft game, right? This is interesting. I was just curious if because I don't know who did. I got Android Assault, but I don't know who did Android Assault. Did Technosoft do this? Because now that I'm thinking about Android Assault, really reminds me of Hyperduel. Or Hyperduel reminds me of Android Assault. No, I don't know. They don't have any Technosoft labeling on here at all. I don't know if back then they would credit the original developer on a game that came out here in the U.S. I don't know, but like I think on like Musha, I think like Compile is credited on the back of Musha. This whole level. It's just like destroying these boxes. And then that ship falls in the background. It's just like the ship falling out of the sky level. So what's going on right now? I have no idea. There's no real like enemies in this level, really. It's just like boxes, like crates. Did a shipping container fall out of the sky? I don't know what's going on. Then like a nuke goes off in the background. Oh, you son of a gun. God damn it. God damn, look at that thing. Guess that's the boss, right? What's up, dude? Ah. Shit. All right, good. Yeah, there's something in this game that if you have a... I could be off on this, but I feel like if you have any type of mod chip in your Saturn, there's something in the code for this game that gives that thing an issue. Just like how Soku Gurentai is. Soku Gurentai puts all these like numbers on the screen. Like it'll blanket the screen in numbers so you can't see anything. Fuck. Whew. Let's see. I always played Saturn mode. Yeah, because in Saturn mode, because you can hit R or the right shoulder button and lock on, right? Yeah, I know there's like slight adjustments to the visuals that are you know, I don't know for sure, but I've heard they're very very similar. I just know that in arcade mode you can't lock on, or you can't lock your position, just like you couldn't like oh god, like Contra 3 Alien Wars, you can like lock on. Same thing, or like Contra on Genesis, you know. This is a game that I used to play years ago. I used to have a burn. I still have it somewhere. I had a burn of this, or have a burn of this, that I played with a pseudo cart years ago. I still have the pseudo cart. Jesus Christ, I'm getting crushed here. They could have done a better job in between levels. I feel like the timing's off. But I can't give this game many criticisms, though. I really do like this shooter. Ooh, look at that helper guy I have. Hell yeah. No, don't take damage. I need you. I'll keep the spiders off of you. Just stay out of the line of fire there. Nah. God damn. You're gonna kill him. Oh yeah, doesn't this thing that like it grabs him, I think, and turns him into a boss, I think. No, no. Bitch. There, yeah, that's right. He grabs him, turns him into the boss. Yeah, that lock on is a big help. It's probably the biggest help for bosses, right? Ah. I wonder if on my action replay card I have a save for this game, because I know on my other Saturn I can set it to free play. No. I saw a YouTuber talk about this game, and they're like, yes, it starts out like Gradius. And I was thinking, what an odd thing to say, but then after you play it, it's like it does kind of start off like a Gradius game, right? The way the enemies come at you. God, this shit moves quick here. That's why I like the gray ship, because it moves a little slower. Let's see. Yeah, there's a couple things that I think I want to do. Will I ever do it? I don't know. If I get I don't have a lot of free time, but like I want to do a video on the copy protection on Soku Garentai. Maybe a little bit more research on the whatever gives the Phantom chip issues with this game. It's just stuff that there's not videos on, you know? Or at least not on YouTube. Good tune, yeah. Technosoft is known for having good tunes on their games. This game's up there with like Elemental Master. I mean, to me, Elemental Master's my favorite Technosoft game. I'll go as far as saying this. I feel like Elemental Master is the best shooter on the Saturn. Saturn, I mean Genesis. Genesis, my God. What am I saying? Best shooter on the Genesis. Elemental Master. I almost have took damage. I didn't get the perfect bonus. Oh, the G. I want the G. I want the G. Here we go. The G is the little mech guy. They act as like a heat-seeking kind of deal. You can have 3 of them at a time. 3 of those little helper. I know the G is the mech and the other, I guess the V or whatever is the ship. And they take damage. Fuck. Bitch. There we go. So I've seen some people. See, someone did a video showing a top 10 unreleased Dreamcast games, and all he showed was Thomas Wave games. That's weird, yeah, because that would just be like, I guess that at that point it would be considered. It's an arcade port, so it's like using Homebrew as an arcade port, right? Just you're pretty much using the Dreamcast to play the Thomas Wave software. And that doesn't even make sense. How could it be an unreleased Dreamcast game if it wasn't even ever on the Dreamcast? It was on the Thomas Wave, right? Oh, there it is. Elemental Master. Yeah, that's another one of my like collecting goals. I want to get a like a real clean copy of Elemental Master. I got a copy, but just kind of ate up. I'll wait till it comes in the games, my local game store, and I'll probably trade up or something. Oh my god! All right, I need to tighten up. All right. Sure. I want to play that Dolphin Blue game. Like I've seen, I still don't have a copy of that yet. I mean, I could just like burn a copy, right? But it'd be cool to get it like pressed onto a disc. Oh. Doesn't this game remind you of Android Assault? Like just the way you can change like shift, like especially this red one here. It looks just like Android Assault. It makes me think that Technosoft had something to do with Android Assault because I don't know who programmed that game. I feel like Technosoft didn't have anything to do with it, but maybe they got their. One was definitely inspired by the other. Maybe Android Assault was inspired by this game. I don't know. Yeah, Dolphin Blue. It's that game that's like it's like Metal Slug kind of. I've never played it. I've just seen it. But if that guy did that video that you were saying, like top 10 unreleased Dreamcast game that was like a Thomas Wave games, he should have mentioned that Dolphin Blue game. Because like when I think of a Thomas Wave, that's like the very first thing, at least to me, that's the first thing that comes to mind. Ah, I got another chip. Whatever. Man. Yeah, the way you can just kind of lock on it totally changes the way that you play this game. When I first started playing this game, years ago, I used to play it without the lock on. I didn't even know it existed. That's alright. I'm assuming whoever made that video probably was not alive when the Dreamcast was actually, or if they were alive, they were very, very, very young when the Dreamcast was like a thing. I'm one of those people that I actually got a Dreamcast when I was a kid, for Christmas one year. I remember Sonic Adventure was one of the games I had, the first one, and then Resident Evil Code Veronica was one that I had. What else did I have? I had Code Veronica. I had Sonic. Oh, I had Power Stone. That's it. I can't probably remember. I definitely had those three. I didn't have any shooters for it as a kid. I mean, I got shooters for it now. Just as a kid, I didn't have any. But I did have Power Stone. The first one, anyway. Which is the best one. I should get another copy of Power Stone. Oh, really? That's a good game. Oh, that's a cool game to have. Marvel vs. Capcom. Shit. Yeah, I don't think I had that one as a kid. I don't remember having any of the fighting games. I mean, I've had as an adult, I've had a few of them. I had, I didn't have Marvel vs. Capcom, but I had Capcom vs. SNK. I had Street Fighter Third Strike, which is, I like that Street Fighter game. It's a good one. I don't know why I sold those games, but I've purged my collection of stuff like many times over the years, and mainly just kept the shooters for all the systems. Oh, I got another game on the way that I when it's gonna come, I don't know, but and that is God, what other game? I gotta think of the name real quick. It's a Saturn shooter, Blastwind. That's it. So I got a copy of Blastwind on the way. It should arrive at some point. It's that whole tariff thing. I think it's giving it. It's like holding things up at the airport. So I may have to pay some sort of tariff. If so, that's fine. You know, whatever. They released too much from each other. What, Marvel vs. Capcom, like 1 and 2 on the Dreamcast? Yeah, Third Strike is cool, man. I like the soundtrack to it. Let's see, oh, really? I should enjoy it then. There was another game I was playing earlier today that's Sexy Parodius. That's a pretty good shooter. God, you bitch. Mmm. Oh. I kind of walked right into that one. Damn. All right, we're switching to. No, I shouldn't use him. Let's go here. God, this guy's kicking my ass. Come on, man. You're going to burn all my continues. Oh, that was the last boss. That's why. Ah, Dean, what's up, dude? Yeah, Dean, you might like this one. I'm sure you have it in your library there. I should save this to my action replay because I should get a free credit thing. What free, where you don't have to add credits. Free play. Let's see. You never seen huge cute emotes. Yeah, I'm not, dude. There's a few cute if you want to call them that. They're just all shooters to me. I try not to even think of them in that way, but since you want to go there, like Harmful Park is a really good one. What else? There's a few that are really good. I like Sexy Parodius. Some of the Parodius games are pretty good. There's some good shit on the Super Nintendo. Here, I'll go get Sexy Parodius and throw it on for a few minutes. I've gotten quite a few Saturn games like as of late, over the past I'd say like 4 or 5 months. I got this Gekkerendan, the time travel shooting. There's actually a better port of this on the PlayStation 2 that's in a collection that we actually got here in the US. The Taito Legends Volume 2. There's a really good port of this, but time travel shooting. How do you pronounce Kokyogo Tiger 2 plus? So this is like a Tiger Heli game, but it's a Nagsat soft game. Yeah. So Sexy Proteus, I've been had that. Here's another game that I got. Metal Black. This one was like $40 too, complete. I thought that was a pretty good deal. I usually just wait. What I do is I'll go on eBay and Macari. I'll do offers on Macari, but then eBay, I'll just watch like if there's like a game that I want, I'll just watch all the ones that are priced decently, and I'll just wait for the offers to roll in. Sometimes the offers will be like half off and shit, and it's like for I remember one day I got an offer on Harmful Park. It was cheap. It was like half price, and I was like, fuck it. It's time to pull the trigger. You know what I mean? That happened with dude. One day I fucking threw a game on the credit card because that's a terrible idea. But I did that on years ago on a copy of Panzer Dragoon Saga. It was like cheap. Offer rolled in. That's the way to do it. So Metal Black. Rumor is this was made from the carcass of a scrapped Darius game, which I can see that. If you play Metal Black, I can see that it was. I could see how that rumor could hold up, that it was made from the carcass of a scrapped Darius game. Like they were trying to like make a Darius game, but it came out in arcades too, though. So I don't know. I do believe it. I do believe that rumor. Sometimes if I turn the console off and on like quick enough, it'll still like that battery will hold like enough charge to not make me have to do all this. But whatever. Oh, I saw on eBay. I was looking on eBay, just sitting on the toilet scrolling. And there's these people that take... Oh, God. Really gonna do this to me? Oh, it still plays the soundtrack, though. You hear that? That's pretty cool. It didn't. You know what happened? It didn't. It didn't catch the action replay. It didn't catch the action replay. I think it did this time. Here we go. There we go. That's half the fun about using these old consoles, you know? Sometimes you have to blow things out and wipe them off. Shit, did I put this game away? Yeah, this is a clean copy too. 420 on Macari. That's what I'm talking about. Still too much money to spend on a game, I get it, but At least I don't hide this shit from my woman anymore. There was a time where I just ran everything through the P.O. box, and now I just, you know, I'm honest about the shit that I buy. But all you guys out there, if you're buying games, don't hide it from the woman, because when the woman finds out, I never got into a situation where the woman found out or got pissed. Because I was like I said, I used to try to hide it, but then I just started being upfront about it. But I never got like real crazy with it though, you know. God, my Saturn just made some popping noises. That's not good. Oh, no, it's working. Come to think of it, this thing has always made some popping noises here and there. Alright, seems to be working. Yeah, that's the rumor with Metal Black. Metal Black was made from the carcass of a scrap Darius game. I do believe Metal Black... Isn't Metal Black on the Taito Legends Volume 2 collection on PS2? Is this a Taito? I feel like it is. Ah, it is Taito. Yep, yep. I think it is on that collection. Oh, we gotta like see the screen here. We can do this. Bam. See that full screen? Well, 4:3. Easiest. Okay. I'm going to show you the ship that I like. This ship right here. The Shooting Star. Ooh. Eventually you get this attack where there's like this charge beam, and it reminds me of like a compile shooter. I'll get there soon. You'll see what I'm talking about. Alright, I'm getting there. Oh, you can get real big, and then you get real big, kind of like Bonk and Bonk 3. This is the attack right here. See, just like something out of Blazing Lasers or Space Megaforce, you know? It's like Compile. But it's Konami. Oh. When you charge the attack, you got to use it or you'll lose it too. Oh shit, I usually die in this part of the game. Fuck. I always die at some point in this level. Ooh. This dude has a toilet for a helmet. This is so bizarre, but it's like some Choaniki stuff going on, right? Is this one of your favorites? This is a pretty good one. I was just playing Hyper Duel before you say I appreciate you stopping by, man, but yeah, I was just playing Hyper Duel for a while actually before I started. I just threw this in because I was talking about it. There we go. When it says laser, that's when you can... I hate when these doors here. Ah, god damn it. Ugh. I should get big. No, no. Ah, the Medusa boss. She has these lasers that like make you stiff for like a couple seconds. See? Look at that little helper guy. I never noticed him before. He's like Pac-Man. Ah. That'd be good to have like a Saturn, like this, like you know how they do the Saturn tribute collection. They should add games like this to that, or Konami could do their own like, because they got a few different Parodius games. I think they released on the Saturn. Do like a Konami Parodius pack or something, you know? I got a game called Willy Wombat. It's a Hudson Soft game. It's not really a shooter, but it's interesting. I just had to dig this one out. Have you seen this one right here? It's like a, I wouldn't call it a shooter, but oh yeah, I know the game's running. I just was looking for a game on the shelf there. Look. I'm just messing around now. I played Hyper Duel. I'm just like messing around with games at this point. I'm probably gonna hop off here in a minute. But yeah, Sexy Parodius. Pretty good shooter, really challenging too. This game has a weird name. It's called Pacura Disoxin. It's like these chicks on roller skates. It's weird. I'll show you. That is a tough ass game. That Parodius game. I found this one at a convention a few years ago. It's got like a calendar that comes with it and shit. That looks like a character from like Waku Waku 7. Too bad I can't read Japanese. I've never played with this character here, this big, you know this one, huh? This is kind of, that little, like, map or whatever kind of reminded me of, like, Lords of Thunder. Like, the level select screen. Oh, wow. Alright, so you can just lock on by holding the... Okay. That isometric kind of makes it a little tricky to aim. Kind of like Viewpoint or like Zaxxon. I wonder what this guy's powered up move. There's like a powered up form that you turn into. Uh-oh. Alright, that's your, like, bomb. Did not mean to press that. Yeah, they must have been inspired by Zaxxon. God, have you seen that movie where like it's a trauma movie, you know, like Toxic Avenger? It's that guy. He's like this Jewish guy or something, or he plays a role of like a Jew. He wears these different costumes, and he's like a Zaxxon like wizard or something, and he wants to play like the other like world Zaxxon like master because they referenced Twin Galaxies. This is an '80s movie. They referenced Twin Galaxies, and the guy that was like that had the best score in Zaxxon. He wants to play him. What the hell is the name of that game? Name of that movie? Fuck. What is the name of that movie? Let's see. Trauma. Let's see. It's a really good. It's a funny ass movie. It's called. Hold on. I'm gonna find it. It's on Tubi actually. Tubi. If you go on Tubi. Fuck. What is the name of that movie? Oh my god. I'm gonna find it. Hold on, I'm gonna look real quick. I got Tubi on my phone real quick. I'm gonna find it. Movies. It's like a horror, like comedy. Let's see. Explore trauma. Trauma. Let's see. Nukem High. Oh, that's a good one. Ah, here. I found it. It's called Hollywood Zap. Yep, Hollywood Zap. Yeah, check that. It's a trauma movie. It's really good. There's not a lot of special effects, and like there would be in like a Toxic Avenger or a Nukem High. What's that one with the Kabuki cop? This is like the mix of like a Zaxxon boss in the form of Dr. Robotnik and like a Sonic game boss. Oh, he just got me. Am I supposed to be like killing these little things? These black things? Ah, that's what you're supposed to do. Okay. Hollywood Zap. Yep, that's it. It's a good. There's a scene in that movie where this kid he's like playing Zaxxon and the old he's dressed up like a Jewish guy with like the hat and the curly, you know, like an Orthodox Jew, right? And he's dressed up like an, I don't know if whether he is one or he's just like pretending to be one, but he's got the whole get up on, and he's like just sitting next to this kid while the kid's playing Zaxxon. He's like, "Oh, very smooth, yes." And the kid's like, "What the fuck do you want, old man?" And he's like, you know, the kid like tricks him into playing a game for like $100 a game, and the old man's like, "Oh, you know," and then he ends up like, you know, like rocking him. And it's got like music playing. He's got a girl with him like dancing all on him and shit. It's like one of the best scenes in any movie I've ever seen. It's pretty good. I tried showing that movie to the woman. She wasn't impressed with it, but maybe it's a guy thing. Bitch. It's nice that you can't fall off the side of the screen. That's nice. At least I don't think you can. Maybe you can. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna jump off. I gotta get up early tomorrow. But yeah, I appreciate you guys stopping by, man. I know I haven't streamed in a while. I've been busy. Life, you know. Layers of animation. Yeah. The Sega Saturn was known for that. At least with its 2D stuff, you know? I think what it could do, what, 7 layers or something like that? I'm a big fan of the Sega Saturn. I want to say like over the past like 6-7 months, I've been really getting hard into the Saturn, and I've been going after a lot of the Japanese shooters on it. And even some of the other stuff, like I got a copy of another game. I got a copy of a game coming too. Shit. It's a Hudson game. God, what is the name of that game? Bulk Slash. That's it. Bulk Slash. So I should have a copy of that coming soon. But yeah, man, I appreciate you guys stopping by, man. I'll try to hop online a couple nights this week if I can, as long as I don't get home like at midnight. You know what I mean? But anyways, till next time, guys. Peace.